everybody who is watching us and listening to us right now. Welcome to Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite and refire and refuel your life series. And I am extremely happy to invite and to offer the conversation with these two amazing women to you guys today. And it's right, it's very symbolic, right after Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody, if you celebrate it, and happy holiday season. We're going to be talking about magic. So, my guests are Kavita Singh and Astrid Mueller. So let me give you a little bit. They're the co-founders of the School of Magic program, and they will tell you more about what that involves because that would be the topic of our conversation today. How can you really create magic in your life and in your business, especially when we are moving towards something new, toward the 2018, which is a new calendar year. So let me give a little bit of their bio to you for each of these amazing women who you see on the screen. So I'm going to start with Astrid. Astrid works with female soulpreneurs who struggle with getting their dream business off the ground to crave to make a bigger impact or crave to make a bigger impact with their brand. She helps them access their superpowers, create a sparkly magic brand, and soulfully co-create their big dream while having fun. So that's Astrid. And Kavita, can you wave at us? Yeah, because if people don't know you, we want to distinguish who is Astrid, who is Kavita here. So Kavita Singh is a brilliant, soulful intuition mindset coach and guide to women who are going through a rough transition with their business or life. She helps them gently get powerfully up level with help of their inner guidance and spirit into new places of possibilities. And sorry, it's the morning for me, so my voice is a little cracking up, but we want to create the magic, and hopefully magically my voice is going to go back to normal at the end of the interview. On the personal note, I have a blessing to know Astrid and Kavita, and I've experienced the work that they do, and they do create the magic. So hopefully we're going to experience some of it today. So ladies, please unmute yourselves, and I'm going to start with the first question. Let's dive into what is magic for whoever wants to go first. What is magic for you? How do you define magic? Is it like taking the magic wand and drawing in the air, and all of a sudden, if you are in business, all the clients are flying to you, like lighting up?
Almost. We actually do it and welcome everyone. And thank you so much, Zhanna, first of all. I'm going to give the word to that, to Kavita, but we actually, we're going to make it super accessible to everybody because magic is within all of us. That's what I'm going to say first. So Kavita, you had a really great definition for that.
Sure. Thank you, Zhanna. And yes, it's so good to be here. About magic, what I really love as my personal definition is really to leverage the universe. It's really to tap into your divine team. The divine team is what I call like your angels and your guardian angels, your spirit guides, everybody who's there to support you. I collectively say your divine team, have them in that space. It's your counsel, your guidance, and really to intuitively connect to that energy and really listen to that guidance. And so I find once you do that, you're able to move like from point A to point Z in a much shorter way than when we do it in our linear minds, as in goal setting. So I love that we can actually live that magic in a very practical everyday life, both personally and in your business.
Mm-hmm. So yes, Astrid, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I can share like a super brief view from my end too, and I love how you worded it, Kavita. So when I found magic, it was like I was coming from the very rational mind and thinking I have to do everything myself, with my logical mind. And what I found is like this like super simple graphic is like we can only do that little tiny bit, but if once we invite our subconscious, our higher selves, the universe, and trust into that there's more than just the tangible visible that we think is us, then we can really like create, manifest magic and big things. And that's what we're doing.
So I have a question, Astrid. In this triangle, that little piece is actually outside of the triangle. That's how much you think the humans.
It's two triangles. So this one is like when we try to do, like, these are the action steps when we try to do it ourselves. And this is the universe, the magic that we don't actually know sometimes how things are going to play out, but they play out way bigger. It's like when we have synchronicity show up in our lives and suddenly like the total unexpected crazy things happen that we could not have done by ourselves. That's you need the universe to really expand into this big stuff.
Okay, since we are in the School of Magic, I have a question. I'm the first student, right? Okay, so you just mentioned the actions, and we live in the society. I think the Western society is very, not only Western society, I guess it's all around the world, when a lot of people in the teaching is happening starting with the action. So it's like the action-based world. What would you have to say, like in your School of Magic, how is it different from the traditional teachings? And how do the actions, like, do they go first or second? And what are the other components that have a say and a play in manifesting? And some people don't resonate with the word manifesting. So how would you define it differently, in a different, maybe with a different word? See, speaking about magic.
Oh, I love your nails. I love the creativity. This is so awesome.
Yeah.
So Kavita has something super cool that she just got like inspired to, and it has to do with this. I'm just giving you the Go ahead, Kavita.
Sure. There are a few thoughts that I would love to share here that would make it simple for you. For our School of Magic, it's usually coming from your heart first rather than the head. So it's checking in that you are in alignment with that. So it's what we like to say is aligned action, because once you're in alignment and you take the action, it's easier. It doesn't have to feel like a struggle or like, you have the world on your shoulders. Another simple concept in which you can take this for people who don't like the word manifesting, the simple formula is, it's actually, for me, the way I see it, and this is really, if you can digest this, you've got magic right there. It's be, have, do. Now you hear people say be, do, have, and all sorts of variations of the order of the words. But when you can really be it in the feeling of it, then you're feeling that you already have it. And then when you take the action from that space, it's just like sealing the deal. It's like signing the contract, but everything already falls into place. So it's just that final touch, so to speak, right? So this experience is actually helping you to feel it first in your body, make it grounded, like be that, and then you feel that you already have the experience, and then you close the gap, and you actually have it in your actual reality.
You take the action. So
yes.
In other words, may I reiterate what you just said? Step number one in your school is not the action. Step number one is feeling that you have in your heart, and then checking in with yourself, whether you want this or not, and is it true for you, in alignment. Alignment is the word that I love. And then step number two is experience or visualize or whatever the process you're using, right? And then step number three, get into action, because a lot of people start their day or the day before with making to-do lists, and then they go check, and it really creates a longer path to manifesting or getting what you want.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Kavita.
Yes, that's awesome. I have a small story. So I used to do that, and I used to always think I wasn't doing enough. I was always hustling and literally like just going from my head, like you're saying. So, but I found the access to this heart space, intuition space based sort of magic, which literally starts in like feeling good first and getting into the energy first. And once I started doing that, which I do that every day in the morning first, I take only action when I'm feeling inspired and positive, and I'm already like feeling this. And what happens when I do that is like big things happen. And why, I want to share the why behind this, because I also come from a rational mind background. It literally is, you can look up like quantum and the whole, like that we're all energy, and there's different scholars call it different things. Some call it like the field. Einstein had his own theory of like how things are all connected, but like it's literally what we emanate in feelings, and what we believe and what we trust is what we create. So if we're just staying in this like hustle mode of thinking we're not doing enough, we're playing small and we're totally missing out, and we're not getting the good ideas. So yeah, I don't know if that helps.
Astrid, I have another question. So I know that you are in the past and even now you have the Shine program. You're a branding expert, and like you said, you come from the rational background. Once you made the switch, first of all, I'm interested in what prompted you to make the switch. Second, what is an example of something profound that recently happened when you were not following the standard formula that a lot of coaches are given to entrepreneurs?
I love it. Yes, thank you for that question. So my switch was, I watched the movie The Secret. That was my personal opening, which made me curious. And then I started reading a ton of different books and just went on a journey, which I call now like follow the inner North Star. I was just curious, like, how does all this work? What does quantum mean? What does intuition mean? What is, and at some point I found more and more gems that helped me personally realize that there's more than just the rational mind. There's like my subconscious, my higher self. There's spirit connection. We have like, some people call them spirit guides, some people angels, guardian angels. There's another world that we can't touch and see, that is here to support us if we're open for it. And that's what I got amplified once I started working with Kavita. So what happened for me, like big shifts, was when I started to work with psychics and like people who are super connected with intuition, I literally got quick, fast, easy downloads of how I can play out my programs, how they can come together. Like my Shine program is totally spirit channeled, and when I launched it, and it's literally
Shine program. Could you explain a little bit more, just in one sentence? Shine program, because people don't know.
Yes, it's a Let Your Brand Shine program for soul.
Okay, so it's a branding program. It's a branding program.
Not just branding, but it's like helping you yourself and your brand shine, that you fully empowered and really get your dream business off the ground. So that came to me instead of like sitting down and using my mind to lay it out with systems over weeks or months and then launching it. It came to me in one session with an intuitive coach, and we were co-created with Spirit. And I had everything together, and I just launched it. And it's so much fun and awesome and easy and magical. I also got the first clients like that through a session with Kavita, actually, where I did something totally unconventional. It was not a rational marketing thing, but I told a special story she told me to tell online, and customers showed up. So
wow, it does sound like magic. Thank you, Astrid. Kavita, I have a question for you. What is your backdrop story? Have you ever been rational, or you've always been with the psychic abilities? You were born like that.
So for me, it was twofold. I was living two lives at the same time, basically. Growing up from a very young age, I was always curious about what was the roadmap for life. Like, why was people getting this wrong? What was so hard for people to love each other? Because I was just witnessing a lot of pain. Like, people keep giving each other reasons for pain, and just that vicious cycle, right? It was in my own home and everybody else. And since I was an empath, but I didn't know the term at that time, I was feeling everybody's stuff. So I felt very, locked down, so to speak. And my journey actually in this lifetime of my corporate life, it was actually in technology, right? So wow. I was very rational in that space. The reason I love technology is because for me, it was a way of making things simple, making things easy for people, and they don't have to struggle. So when something was simple and it served the purpose, I was the first one to share it and say, hey, you can do this and this and make that happen. However, along that course, I started meditation at 16 actually. So while I was in the day doing my tech jobs, in the evenings and whenever else I had time, I was like going to the center, I was meditating daily, you know, I had my spiritual practice happening. And so I had both worlds happening at the same time. But I never really thought of me stepping out to be one to share my life through my example, right? And to help others with it. Both my mom and my dad had passed away. My mom when I was 17 and my dad when I was 26. And it was when my dad passed away too, I had this experience of witnessing his energy and literally seeing him in my mind's eye. And I was able to like let him know that I'm okay and he was free to go and that kind of thing. And about 2 weeks after, I had this download where I remember just sitting on the computer and suddenly I felt his energy coming through, and he kind of answered all the questions that I had about his life and his decisions before I was born. Like I wasn't sure why he made certain decisions. It kind of used to puzzle me, but I felt it was rude to ask my dad. And so like when I got all these downloads about how he came to this space and these life choices that he made, it was such a relief for me. And it came literally as a download. So it was a feeling, it was an experience, it was a releasing everything. And it was so awesome. And I realized that even more so that I had this ability every time I think something, I can manifest it. Every time that I wanted that support, I can have it, right? It was just literally a thought away. And so my entire life actually flipped around 2012 when I felt really called to start showing up and sharing this to others to know that they can have the life that they're dreaming of and desiring. And so I was able to literally walk that from the space of not having an idea of how to and how am I going to even do this, and to do the steps, trust the guidance, and really be able to make it manifest from a very authentic place, not necessarily from a business plan. You know, I do believe in business plans, by the way, but it should be like your second or third step, not necessarily your first step, so that you know first you're in alignment with your desires and you're clearing your blocks, and then you're able to flow with whatever that is that you're creating. So yeah, that's how it unfolded for me.
What's the biggest magic that you have created for yourself recently or from the past? Any example real quick, if you could?
Recently, I've been able to come from a place of not having an idea of what I want. I was moving from South America to the US here. And all I know that I needed to create my new life here. And I didn't know what to visualize and what sort of homes, you know, like really what I wanted. So I was able to step into the feeling of it. Like, well, this is a feeling that I would want to have. This is how I would love my family to operate and that kind of stuff. And it took me about 4 months from detaching and letting go of everything that I knew of, stepping into this new space. Within 3 weeks of getting here, I was able to get this apartment and also do some other work with family ties and all of that. And so within 4 months, we did that entire transition of recreating our lives from that space into this space. And as soon as I stepped into this apartment, I knew this was the one. It was so magical. It had all the signs and symbols in place to let me know that this was the one, and the feeling and everything. So it was so beautiful. And I think it's an amazing story too, because it came from a place of not having any idea at all what I was going to experience, but I trusted the feeling and I was able to create from a feeling, not from a thought.
That's very powerful, because a lot of people out there, they don't know what they want, and that's why they get stuck. So start with the feeling. If you're listening, start with the feeling. Follow Kavita's advice. So, ladies, yes.
I have a super short story too that things can be super quick, and it was actually together with Kavita. Like we work together a lot now. We're super excited to create awesome things. So we are calling in the clients who really want to make a big impact in this world, and we just recently stepped into the space of like saying like, yes, we're ready for this, and we did our inner game work and all that stuff. So that just happened like last week or 2 weeks ago, where we realized that, and then we did like a manifesting visualization together and totally felt into it, and we got super excited and giggled all the way actually because it was super fun as well. And the next day we had, was it like 4 a.m. or something? You happened to be up, Kavita. Like we had a client show up for us, and it didn't make any sense why she would see us, why she would want us, but like we landed one of those VIP clients that we were calling in in the middle of the night.
Beautiful. Yeah. So speaking about manifesting, I have a couple of things that I would love to do and to experience on the show for everybody who is watching it. First, maybe just for us, if you would like to start with explaining a little bit more, like who is the School of Magic for? And or we could start, maybe you could offer some kind of either visualization or some like experience of the work that you do, the magic that you create, maybe for a couple of minutes. Whatever you want to start with, whether with the explanation of who this School of Magic is for, or with the experience that you would like to create. It's up to you.
Yeah, so I can say a few words, but I know Kavita has like an amplified, awesome download already waiting for us. So the school is called Magic and Manifesting School, and it is for soulful soul-preneur ladies who wanna really like step into their bigger dream and make it happen. Like they have that calling, and they're also not afraid to try unique things that they may not be familiar with. So what we're doing specifically, we're going a little bit out of a limb. We're specifically manifesting with angels and calling in like the divine realm to support us while having fun. And we also have a few other rituals that we do in there. Everything is positive, safe, and totally amplifies your dream and helps you experience it. And sometimes like even like immediately, like I've had like really magical experiences for myself, and others you don't really notice when or what, and you're like, we just trust, right? But things do move forward with it in such a big way. I've grown already in 2 months, like hugely. Kavita, you say something. I know you had something.
It's all about the transformation. So, you know, if it is that you're feeling that call and you want to step into transforming your life from a place of being really authentic, you know, the angels do that for you. So there is, you peel back the layers, you get immense clarity, and that's what it is. And the work really is all centered first from the heart. So once your heart is in that calling, and even if your head hasn't caught up, you know, eventually we get your body and mind and everybody else in alignment with the journey, but your heart has to be there. So if you're feeling this or you're viewing this as a replay or anything, just check in with your heart to see if it is that you want to experience any of this. And then we also have an offer, Zhanna, if it's okay. We have a space where you can just come and ask to have a call with us, you know, and to really experience that, because for us it's really important that you feel alignment. It's not about just having business and payments, it's about alignment. So
the call with you ladies, it's not when, like, before they make the decision to join or not to join the School of Magic, right? So could you please share your contact information of people for those who are interested to have a call with you?
So it can be super simple that they can message us on Facebook, where they will like see our tag and just follow that and say like, hey, I'm interested. Hell yes, I want to talk with you. That's all it takes. And for the more formal path, they can also go to my website, astridmueller.com, and the contact section, there's like a call where you can contact me as well. But the easiest is Facebook.
It's Facebook, but we're going to put the comments below the video too. And the video, so, and Kavita, with you also, what's the easiest way to contact?
Yeah, you can either use Facebook, or my website is earthangelwishes.com. You guys can also go there and click on that and find me. But again, it's so beautiful that, you know, you have this space and you can just reach out and, you know, have us really aligned with you guys. Yeah.
So everybody who's watching and listening, if you want to experience the work of Astrid and Kavita together, or I don't know, just ask questions, please reach out to them and schedule a call. They'll give you all the details about the call and how to just to continue with them. But check out with your heart, just like Kavita said. And thank you so much for that. It sounds amazing. And maybe just a glimpse before, a glimpse of your work for everybody. And of course, everybody who is watching and listening, again, you guys understand the group work is different from individual work, right? But we want to experience something as a group, as a collective, if you're open to that, just for a couple of minutes.
Yes. Kavita, sure. I would love to invite you, like, you have visualizations that come to you so easily, and I could do it too, but like,
yeah, so let me start the visualization. Yeah, I'll start the process, and Astrid, you can amplify it. So we'll do that. If you have
I love it.
Just sit quietly. This is going to be super short, but impactful for you as well. So just close your eyes and breathe deeply, letting all your cares and concern go into the ground. You're being here in this moment, present, fully you. Let go of any judgment or insecurity or doubt. And imagine the earth sending beautiful energy.
This is my story, Kavita. This is my musical clock.
It was a beautiful energy that came in.
Yes. That sounds like, ooh. Yes. So imagine that energy coming up through your feet all the way up your body and resting in your heart. You can imagine it tangible, as in a feeling in your body or color or words, whatever it is, it's fine. And here it is. Feel the inner child of you sitting with yourself in your heart. It's one of your favorite places to go. Sit in your heart and see the magic of the world. Imagine your heart as a space where all the magic happens. It's your secret entrance into the magical world of the universe. It's a space where the vibration, the frequency that you give out is able to create worlds, if you like, create different things. And just breathe and imagine that getting even more powerful. Feel your heart vibrating. It's shedding its layers and it's emitting a beautiful, radiant light. See yourself playing this role on the planet. You've chosen this role. You can play many roles. You've chosen this because it was fun, it's light, you get to co-create with other human beings. You get to make an impact. You get to make the world a better place. And so for all the doubts and fears and storylines that you've been using to limit yourself, imagine that you're crumpling it up like a piece of paper and throwing it into the garbage can and really letting it go. You're about to start a new year and you don't need the stories. You don't need the scripts that limit you.
I have a small inspiration that if you feel there's more limitations, like dust on you, just imagine you're taking a deep breath and you're blowing it out and it's all dusting away.
And now imagine that 2018 is already set in motion for you. You're stepping into a bigger scene in your life, a bigger stage, a grander playground to play in. And you can be you however you choose, even if it is that you have trouble with imperfection or whatever that is. It's all part of the game. You get to be authentic. It's never about perfection. You get to be you from your heart, from your pure self, and all the systems and all the strategy and all the other things in place, the leverage of the universe, you're able to tap into those powers, whether it comes to you in the form of your dreams, visions, from words that other people say, from classes that you take, from the people you decide to co-create with. It's all lining up for you, for your greatest and highest good.
While having fun, and it's so easy and sparkly and just one baby step at a time.
So imagine yourself embracing this gift. You're accepting it. Your heart is overflowing with joy. And then let that energy go all the way back into the ground, rooting yourself, making it practical, making it real. And inviting the magic to show up in your life in whatever synchronicity way. Be open to that. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you, Kavita.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope, I hope everybody who is watching the replay or even now, you guys, you can do it. How many times can they do it? Every day? Like as many
whenever you're inspired to. But
yeah.
once is enough as well. It doesn't matter. Follow your heart.
Yeah. So I would love, since this interview is going to be on YouTube too, I would love for you to repeat your websites. Because people on YouTube cannot see the Facebook. So Kavita, you said manifestingwithangels.com.
I love that one. It's actually earthangelwishes.com. So it's a beautiful, you can just go there and just click connect.
Just like that, just the website. And for Astrid
Mine
Mueller.
is just my name, astridmueller.com, ASTRIDMUELLER.com.
Yes. So before we finish, I usually, Astrid, when you were saying something, you earlier, you actually mentioned the word gem. One of your gems was, and one of the sections for this Dream Big with Zhanna series, I always ask my guests, what is this one gem out of your treasure chest that you can share with the audience? So you guys, ladies, take it away. What's this one gem, one piece of wisdom that has been helping you?
I think I will say just a super simple one to shift into curiosity. Whenever you have anything come up where you're like, I can't do this, or this doesn't make any sense, this sounds crazy, just be curious. Like, I wonder if there's something behind that, and then see what shows up for you. Because that's how I found so many gems, and the magical world opened. And now I'm having a life where I do very little and have lots of fun, and amazing things are happening.
Yeah, that's curiosity is my personal driving force. It's like magic. That was a good one. Thank you, Astrid. Yes, Kavita.
Yes, I totally agree with Astrid. And another technique that I like to do is to put your hands on your heart or your chest like this, and you can ask, what is my truth today? To keep it simple, and then you can get guided action into what is that simple thing that you can do today to move forward.
Thank you. Yes, wonderful. So you are watching Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refine, and refuel your life. And you can leave the good. Today, my guests were amazing co-founders of the School of Magic program, Astrid Mueller and Kavita Singh, and they were really truly magical. Leave the comments below the video, share it, and you can also go to our website, Hummingbird HB, that stands for Hummingbird, hbacademytoday.com, and leave the comments regarding this specific series with Kavita and Astrid, and ask questions over there in the radio section. And we'll see you next time. Happy 2018. Thank you, ladies. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah. Yeah, magic to all of us.
Sparkles.
Yes, sparkles. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.